Black dude in a black world with black people.
Hey, how you doing? This is the Kool Breeze Show. It's the homie Kool Breeze. And to my right, I have K Black.
What up, what up?
Tell the people what you do, K Black.
So, I'm an event curator. Also, I have a movement called 365 Black Fxck 28 Days. And what we are is upcycled, non-binary clothing, shifting the focus in style, fashion, and trends. So, I pretty much fuse activism, fashion, and art all under one platform. And then we just kind of galvanize people and bridge the gaps between different movements and organizations.
Now, I just briefly, I seen some of your Instagram because I just met her last night at what was it, Wine and Color?
Wine and Color, yeah.
Yes, I named the whole little event the National Society of Black People Doing Cool Shit.
And that's exactly what it was, though.
But I actually seen some of your Instagram posts, and I seen you guys are like marching and everything, Platoon, you know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of made you take that route? Because it's kind of, and not to be any ways disrespectful, but it's somewhat like a, what are they called? Like the Nation of Islam somewhat, but of like artistic clothing.
Yeah. Well, what you were looking at on my Instagram is called the Platoon Fashion Show, and that is an outdoor fashion parade. So it's been a minute. Everybody's like, "Yo, okay, when you going, curate your own fashion show?" And the whole time I had this idea in the back of my head, and I was like, "Wait, this is a fashion show. It's my concept." You know what I mean? I'm an Army veteran. I spent 8.5 years in the.
Where were you stationed?
I was in the Army National Guard.
Okay.
So I was in between Jersey and the state of Georgia. So I spent 8.5 years in the Guard. And I just wanted to take something cool and unique and something also that's a part of me. And I just curated this fashion parade. So the purpose or the premise of this parade is pretty much to create a space, one, where people have something to do outside of the norm, whether it be drinking, club, X, Y, and Z. We wanted to create a different creative space, so that's why we have the Platoon. And this is the second year for this fashion parade, and we just look for it to grow. But me being from Philly, having a little bit of military background, I say I'm from Philly because I remember growing up in my neighborhood, we used to have like drill teams coming through the block growing up. We used to just have so much more culture and community involvement. And
You know what? It seems like a lot of people from Philadelphia is like that though. Like very, very like Afrocentric, very, very cultured. Anyway, keep going. I'm sorry.
And you say that to say too, like we got to even think of that. Growing up for me in Philly, I was born in 1985, and in 1985 in Philly, I'm not sure how many people know this, but the Philadelphia police dropped a bomb on the MOVE organization, and that organization is a Philadelphia-based organization and movement, and that's kind of what bred a lot of the work that I do, I guess, and the information that I push. But we'll just kind of fast forward to what we were just talking about. Yeah, so I just wanted to give people just a little bit of portion of myself and just show people something different. The parade is eco-friendly. We're outside. We're using solar energy. Not a lot of electricity. All of the designers and brands are just more so conveying a more conscious message. So that's the whole premise of the parade, bridging the gap between fashion and consciousness.
Now, you're from Philly, but you've been to Atlanta before, right?
I'm from Philly, yes. I've bounced around. Like I grew up in Philly, like I got a little bit of a Will Smith story. I'm from West Philly, then I moved with my aunt and uncle in South Jersey. It was like middle American suburban area. And then, I grew up, went to college, and I've been in Atlanta for the past 5.5 years. I just moved last April back to Philly.
Back to Philly. Oh,
my
man.
Nipsey.
I got you. Now, who are some of the different designers that you're going to be presenting? Because this is going to be Friday and Saturday.
Yes. So Friday we have a conversation piece event, and that's kind of the kickstart the parade. Friday event is called Black AF. And we have people in our panel, a guy who started a Natural Life Festival. His name is Kevin Garrett. We have Carlicia Levert on the panel. We have Shakti coming from Baltimore. She's like a spiritual healer. And then we have Bree Wild. She's local to Atlanta as far as the panel. And then second, we have one of my good friends. Her name is Asia AK, and she started like a financial literacy organization. So that event is to kind of kickstart Saturday's event. And Saturday is we have some really dope local designers and coming in. We have, like I said, the brand from Baltimore, Gay and Godly, they're coming down. They're a brand that's a part of it. We have another brand called Verse, and their whole premise is just to show your versatility, whether it be through your personality, your fashion. It's like a self-expression brand and movement. We have one of my favorite brands called More Melanin, More Power. That's started by my homie B Edge, who's actually a model, and she's turning this brand that she does into like a nonprofit. Everybody who's in this space, we kind of try to find a way to bring activism and fashion under one space or whatever. And then the last designer is Hero. They're very new, but the person who founded Hero, the Hero Collection 1991, they're an amazing artist. They sing. And they're multifaceted. They paint, they sing, but they just started this brand about, I think, last year. So that's the collective that we have, and really powerful messages. And we're just going to be marching as, one unit, one voice.
Now, you've seen how Gucci started rocking with Dapper Dan and how Virgil has his line. Do you think that the fashion industry is really opening up to people of our skin complexion?
I think that I think they've been opened up to us. I just think that we're able to see it a lot more, because I think we've been at the forefront of all the ideas forever. It's just that now
we're getting credit for it.
Yeah. And finally starting to give credit to where it's due. So I do feel like the fashion industry, it has to open up. I mean, like we control Kool. So
speak on it.
You know what I mean? So we control that whole narrative. So it's like they are starting to realize that we have the power, and I think that that's just more so a part of the universal shift that's happening right now. So.
Who is because I guess I'm just gonna speak for myself when it comes to like podcasting, right? My immediate influence was like the Drink Champs podcast, the Breakfast Club, stuff like that. Who was your influencers when it came to fashion that really made you want to like, yo, I could do that?
All right, let me backtrack. Because a lot of people do ask me this question, and I usually kind of make up an answer, but realistically, I want to say I'm into fashion, but I'm more so into the message that my brand pushes, and fashion is just a vehicle to drive that message.
Okay.
I just noticed since I was younger, people always stared at me, always, you know what I mean? I feel like I had my own sense of personal style. So once I become, I guess, a little more awake, more aware of what's happening around me, I just started to use the things that I saw that got people's attention to kind of do the real work that I want to do. And the real work I want to do is just to create spaces where our people, one, are accepted, celebrated, and I say our people of color, marginalized communities, and like I said, the clothing is really just a movement. You wear clothes every day. You get to interact with people. But if I can find somebody who was an influencer, I just said that to say I'm not necessarily into fashion. It sounds contradicting because I'm throwing a whole outdoor fashion parade. But I'm into the whole sense of self-expression. I'm into style. I'm into the art.
You're just into the art itself.
I'm into the art itself, pretty much.
Yeah.
But as far as influencers, I can't. It's so many people I'm influenced. So I'm mainly influenced by the people that's around me in my inner circle. I have a homie who's a stylist who is absolutely amazing. Like, my brother was just showing me this video. He's like, yo, you saw what YG had on? Da-da-da. I was like, yo, that was dope. Let me show you my homie Boycott. Like, she's absolutely an amazing stylist. And I just think that's just like that separation where it's like they don't have as big of a following or whatever.
You've been blessed to be around creative people
my whole life.
Right,
so
right.
I'm more so influenced by my inner circle. As far as in the outside, everybody's doing their thing, for real. Like, I can't even point out one person. There's just so much inspiration around me, even in the industry, like you got Virgil, for instance. Right. I don't really follow Virgil's movement and his clothing like that. However, when I see his stuff, I think it's really dope. I think it's unique, and I think that what he's doing with streetwear and bridging those gaps between that fashion world and streetwear where I think it's incredible and I salute it.
All right. Shout out to Air. Got to shout out Air. Yeah, listen, you get a double salute today, boy. Listen, this wouldn't even be possible without you, so shout out to her for throwing the event. Now, what else do you have planned, and what's your dream for this brand?
As far as plan, I am ready to take a break in March and be still, because I feel like since 2016 I haven't stopped.
Right.
And it's just time to recharge. But what's next for me is getting ready to work on the Platoon Fashion Show 2021 and making it even bigger, and also doing pop-ups throughout the year with this Platoon movement. Like at the Juneteenth Festival, we kind of pretty much doing the same. My vision is this way Kanye West has Sunday service. That's what we are with the Platoon, the parade. We popping up in different areas, different cities throughout the year until the big event. But my overall goal and vision is just to have absolute freedom and also complete creative control over what I'm doing, and to create a space where, like I said, all the inspiring, talented people around me, we're building our own collective and just making it huge, pretty much. This is just a start. So the overall goal, I don't have like a storefront goal idea. I just kind of want to continue to travel and also just continue to be the bridge between the fashion world and the activism world, connecting people to grassroots movements, and just continue my self-discovery journey.
All right. How'd you make your first piece? Like, I mean, did you just like, you know what? I mean, obviously you started just wearing stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you started wearing specific stuff. But how did you design like the first piece ever to be like, yo, this is gonna be part of my brand?
That's a good question, actually. So I had this event. I said I'm an event curator. I had this event called Whiskey and Yoga. This was back in like 2015.
How long have you been throwing events?
Since 2016.
Oh, okay.
I would say 2015, 2016. But I had an event called Whiskey and Yoga. Myself and my business partner at the time, we was like, yo, let's come, I want to come with something different. I don't want to wear, somebody else's label on me, whatever. So I remember making this Instagram post, like 365 Black, thanks for the 28 days though, back in like 2010. And every year I changed it up. Like the next year it's like 365 Black, not 28 days, X, Y, and Z. And then finally in 2016, I was like, 365 Black, fuck 28 days. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not about to sugarcoat it no more. And that was the year when, like, the brand was like coming, but a lot of stuff was happening in 2016. It was the year of Trayvon Martin's death. It was was that 2016 or 2014?
I thought that was 14.
That was 14, I'm sorry. But that was also the move when the Black Lives Matter movement was kind of like rising up. And that all was stemming from, not just from Trayvon Martin's death, but so at
Sandra
that time
Bland,
I was just
yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, at that time I was just like, fuck it, 365 Black, fuck 28 days. And then I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna embroider this on a shirt. So I got it embroidered on the back of a sweater, like a crew neck sweater shirt, but it's a really dope ass shirt. And the clothing is upcycled. So I got it embroidered on this shirt and it just stuck. Like people was like, what does that say? What? And I just kept repeating it, and they was like, yo, you need some more merch. And then like I think we had that event on a Sunday. I think that Tuesday I went and I just printed shirts that said 365 Black 28 days, and it was all t-shirts and caps at first, and then I just didn't have any resources to get that done, to be honest, and I started to use what I had. And at the time I had paint, I had like clothing dye, and I had like whatever else I had around the house. And then eventually I started spraying and painting on my own clothes because that's usually where you get your creativity from lack of resources. So yeah, that shirt was like what really made me be like, you know what, I'm gonna really do this.
And then this is gonna be the last question. What actually got you to start Platoon? Like obviously you got it now, and you had the concept. But how did you put it together? Like, yo, I'm gonna have a bunch of different stylists with me, and like we're just gonna do this big, like outdoor, like almost like a march, right?
Yeah. Well, it happened because since 2017, I was doing this event called the Statement Pop-Up Show, and what I would do is just like post up in like little 5 Point. I would bring a rack of clothing. I would get a photographer, and then I would put it on Instagram like, hey, I'm doing this Platoon with a pop-up statement show, whatever. See who wants to bite, people who wanted to come through. People started pulling up, and I realized like, okay, I can really like get people to come out and do stuff or whatever, because people really love the movement, so they want to see how they can be a part. They always want to support. So We did the statement pop-up show. Like I said, we would pop up in like Little 5 Point. We was in Midtown at the Rainbow Crosswalk when they first put it in there, and we shut down the crosswalk. Like, we did a photo shoot right at the intersection. People weren't beeping. Like, they was just like, wow. It was like, this is really happening right in Midtown.
Right.
It was like that first week they put it up. So we did that photo shoot there. And then fast forward, I was just like, you know what? I want to make this a lot bigger. But I've always had that vision to make it bigger. And then in like 2018, I think, or 2019, I met, but my friend, the coordinator, Sheila, she creates. She's amazing. She just hit me up like, yo, okay, I want to do a fashion show with you. We were at a party one night, and I was like, yo, I have a vision in mind already for a show. And just me like already having somebody who supported my vision, it just made me like, okay, I just kind of like vomited words on a paper and just wrote everything that I felt that I wanted to come into fruition on a piece of paper. And I just kind of watched it grow. And then the whole fact about the military thing, that was the original vision for the pop-up statement show, but I was able to bring it to life because I had way more people, and then I started networking with other military veterans who was interested. So to be honest, it's like now it's kind of growing like overnight because we got like a team in Baltimore who I didn't even have to be at the formations for it to run. I was in Philly, the formation here ran because everybody really supports the vision, and I guess we got the right people on the team now. So I was like, let's just take this over. Like, let's just take off with it. So it was something small, and it just turned into something unexpected, pretty much.
You have a little one, right?
Who?
A little one? A kid, a child.
Oh, I don't have a kid.
Oh, who was the little one in the Instagram post?
Oh, that's my friend's baby, actually. She came we wanted, and most of the events that I do are kid friendly, like the whiskey and yoga event that I had. Little kids were there, they was eating ice cream, like they was just running around with dogs, animals there. So like when I say give people a different feel, oh, can you bring your kid? Yes, you can bring your kid. It's an outdoor fashion parade, you know? But that was a friend of mine, that was her daughter.
Okay,
Yeah.
she ran right up to you and was just like, what's up?
Like, you're not paying me no mind.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, tell people the information for the event, your social media, where they can find you, get a hold of you.
Perfect. So the event, we have an Eventbrite link up, and the Eventbrite link is the Platoon weekend.eventbrite.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at the Platoon. That's PLATOON _ that's the event page. As far as my Instagram, my business page, that's 365 Black Fxck 28 days. Y'all know we got one more day left of this Black History Month, but we going all year. You already know.
This is a leap year.
Yeah, this is a leap year. 2 more days, I'm sorry. That's
It
why
ends
we're having
Sunday.
No, it ends on Saturday.
What?
Yeah, Saturday's the
serious?
29th.
Oh, I'm tripping.
Yeah. I was tripping too.
Anyway, oh yeah, today is the 27th, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep, all right, so we got 2 more days. Appreciate the 28 days and the leap year day. Like, y'all real fools for that one.
Y'all tried it.
Right. But we black all year.
You already know.
And appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you
Y'all
for
have a
having
good,
me.
oh man, nothing.
I shout
Actually,
this guy out. His energy was on 100 the first time I met him. So actually to be here is an honor. And I checked out the podcast. It's really dope. So I'm on board with the movement, and I appreciate you, man.
thank you,
No
thank
doubt.
you, thank you. You can find me on Instagram at Cool Breeze Media, YouTube Cool Breeze Media, Twitter King Breeze Sensitive Ass, and on Facebook at El Cristo Negro. Y'all have a good day. All right, we out.